You will be surprised to know, Boras, that to become an entrepreneur, you don't need a visionary master plan, a billion-dollar team, or a lot of funding. To start a business, you only need one thing, and that is generosity. Today, I'm going to talk about Derek Sivers' book, Anything You Want. 40 Lessons for a New Kind of Entrepreneur. Derek's book is about his 10-year journey of how he found a solution to his problem, which eventually turned into a $22 million business, and what he learned about business during these 10 years. The story begins in 1997, when Derek was a professional musician. At that time, he used to earn a decent amount of money by playing music in various places across the US and Europe. Once, he made a CD of his music, and at his concert, more than 1,500 copies were sold. Then he got the idea to sell his music online, but in 1997, there was no online store that sold music by independent artists. There were some big online stores, but they only sold CDs from music labels. Derek didn't like that, because at that time, music distributors demanded thousands of CDs from artists at once, paid them a year later, and if the artist's album didn't sell well in the first few months, they would be dropped from the system. Derek decided to solve his problem by doing something himself, and started creating an online store, which was very hard in 1997, because at that time there were no payment gateways like PayPal available. So Derek had a merchant account created through the bank, which took a lot of money, and 3 months of paperwork. After a lot of work and several processes with the bank, he finally got it. Now the question for him was how to create a shopping cart, because he had no knowledge of programming. But after reading many programming books and learning through the trial and error method, he finally managed to create a shopping cart on his site, CD Baby, which included a button. Achieving all this in 1997 was quite a big deal. The next day, when Derek told his musician friend about his site, his friend asked if he could sell his CD on the site as well. So Derek replied, "Yes, why not?" Within a few hours, Derek added his friend's music to his site. And then gradually, many musicians started contacting him, asking if he could sell their CDs on his site as well. And Derek kept saying yes to everyone. Adding his friend's music started taking up a lot of Derek's time. Then Derek realized that he had accidentally started a business, which he didn't intend to do. He just wanted to help himself and his musician friends. Then he adopted an unrealistic approach and decided to keep his business very small and simple instead of expanding it. Like other people, Derek also didn't know what to charge for his service, so he went to a nearby local music store and asked what they would charge if he wanted to sell his CDs there. The woman at the store replied that he could set any price he wanted for his CDs. "We will charge a flat fee of $4 and pay you every week." Derek liked this idea a lot, so he added the same fee directly to his site. However, it took Derek an hour to add a musician's CD, so he started charging $35 for adding an album and a flat fee of $4 per sale, and the business began to grow rapidly. 5 years after starting CD Baby, when the business became a big success, the media began to talk about him. He revolutionized the music business, and Derek believes that when you achieve success, that's when people call you revolutionary. Before that, you're just a fool who does things in a slightly different way. After Derek's business took off, those who had ideas for internet businesses started receiving a lot of funding. Some even began their second round of funding, but Derek had no interest in this funding and investors because when he met his acquaintances, they would only talk about their grand offices, sales analytics, ROI, IPO, promotion parties, and investors. No one talked about helping their customers and people. It was all about money and growth. Investors would call Derek too, and he would just say no thanks to all of them, because he didn't want to please anyone other than his customers. He had no desire to become big. He believed that he would start with what he already had. He had no interest in funding, ROI, analytics, or investors. He just wanted to satisfy and keep his existing customers happy. The author says that your customers are happy not because of your business expansion, but because you take care of them, and a happy customer becomes your walking and talking salesperson. Those who say that they want to do something big but need a lot of money, and that's why they can't start, then understand that they are more interested in money and fame rather than making a useful product, because no one needs funding to be useful. The start can be small. Many entrepreneurs believe that if they just secure contracts for their product with a few big companies and the government, they are all set. But they don't realize that those big companies can change their minds at any time. And if just a few big companies drop you, your entire business can shut down. Therefore, instead of focusing on 5 big clients, cover millions of smaller clients so that if someone leaves you, it won't be much of a problem. This way, you won't be under anyone's pressure and can help as many people as possible. Vivek Bindra used to provide business consulting only to big companies, but now he has transformed the entire company into a large business that helps millions of shopkeepers and traders in India grow their businesses so that the entire country can grow. The author of Get the Point says that in your business, you need to learn to proudly exclude people so that your raving fans can have an outstanding experience. There is a UTT Hotel Cafe in Los Angeles, where folk and rock music performances are held. There is a very large signboard. It is written, "No talking during performances," and the performers there have the right to stop and ask anyone who is talking during the performance to leave, which has made the Hotel Cafe quite famous among Los Angeles music lovers. In Texas, there is also the Alamo Draft House Cinema, where once the movie starts, you cannot use your smartphone. If you are caught using your smartphone, they will, literally throw you out of the theater because they value the cinematic experience highly, making it very valuable for movie fans. Therefore, in business, to provide a world-class experience to your core audience, you can be a bit strict and even refuse to offer your service to some people. When cdbaby.com started to grow, Derek began receiving many advertising offers, but he turned them all down because he knew that a website full of ads is not liked by any customer. Therefore, there's no point in adding something that the customer doesn't like. Derek Sivers still believes that, in any business, nothing is more important than the customer experience. That's why he paid a lot of attention to the small details. For instance, to ensure that a customer's call is received within 3 seconds, he installed numerous phones in their warehouse and office, and trained all employees on how to greet the customer, how to converse with them, and many such things that would create a wow moment for the customers. When employees worked at CD Baby, they started approaching Derek with some problem or another every 5 to 10 minutes. Derek was quite troubled by this. Then he found a solution to this problem. Whenever someone came with a question, Derek would gather everyone and answer the employee's question in line with the company's philosophy so that all employees could understand that thought process. Then, through one employee, that cue was written down in the company's manual, which resulted in the preparation of the Book of 11. About 2 months after this process, the employees' questions almost stopped coming, and the new employees at CD Baby also started working according to the same code. Over time, the employees at CD Baby became more efficient, and the business grew from 1 million latsi to 22 million. Derek started getting frustrated with the growing company and its management. He realized that he was happier with the employees rather than the management. He had thought that he would never sell CD Baby, but his business had surpassed even his own goals. The responsibility of IT 5 employees and the business had become more of a headache than a source of happiness. Derek thought a lot and realized that he didn't have any exciting goals for CD Baby. He set up a non-profit organization for the benefit of musicians and donated all the assets of CD Baby to it. And in 2008, he sold CD Baby to disc makers for $22 million. For Derek Sivers, something more valuable than money and fame. His learning was about peace of mind and creating useful things for people. He preferred working alone rather than with a team. That's why he sold his empires, CD Baby. Currently, CD Baby is the largest independent music distributor company in the world. Some people want to become leaders and work with thousands of people, while others prefer to work alone. Some people want to earn as much profit as possible, while others are content with less profit. But now, whatever goals you set, some people will come and tell you that you are wrong. So it's important to trust your values and principles, and do only what brings you happiness. This book contains many insights that can completely change your perspective on business. However, this book is quite short. You can read it in just a few hours. If you want to read this book for free, I have provided the link to the author's site, where this book is available for free on Block's phone. I really like the thought process of direct Sivers, which they share on their site. If you even slightly like the way direct Sivers think, I highly recommend that you definitely check them out. Thank you.